Hi everyone, we're the vision coordinators and today we're going to be sharing the case study of AnswerDash, and it will be presented by Diana Lanuza, Natalie Mesa, Valentina Bueno, and Victor Esparza. In the next slide we have the introduction, and in the introduction, AnswerDash started as a research project at the University of Washington Information School. It was intended to better understand human-computer interactions, specifically how users seek help on websites. The company was founded by Dr. Jacob Borbrook, who served as CEO, and Dr. Andrew Ko, the CTO. A significant part of the foundational work was also done by PhD candidate Parmit. From university labs to becoming a tech startup, AnswerDash is a great example of how innovation can transition into a practical product among the way they encounter challenges in users' behavior, language barriers, interface design, and through those challenges they gain powerful insights about usability and user support. In the next slide, we have understanding the vocabulary problems. One of the most important insights that sparked AnswerDash creation was the research called the vocabulary problem. Here's what it means. Users often ask the same questions using completely different words. For example, if someone wants to delete a file, they might say remove document, clear file, or trash this document. The issue is that traditional keyword-based help systems like search bar and FAQs depend on users entering the right terms, but studies found that users use the same words less than 2% at the time for the second command. This mismatch led to no match results. The system doesn't understand the user, and no help is given. As a result, users get frustrated and abandon the task or website together at all. This core problem became the foundation of AnswerDash innovation, and in the next slide, we'll show you how they respond with more intuitive, user-central solutions. So in the next slide, we have the impact of poor systems. Thinking back to the last time you could find help on a website, did you leave the page? Maybe you abandoned your purchase? That's the real-world impact of poor support system. Users bail out, businesses lose conversions, and support costs rise because customers have to open tickets or send emails. When users lose confidence, companies lose customers. And in the next slide, we're going to be talking about the Lemonade solution, now that AnswerDash is incorporating into their company. So how did AnswerDash solve this problem? They created a click-based assistance tool. Instead of guessing keywords, users could click directly on the confusing part of a website to get help right there in the context. It's like placing the answers exactly where the question is, which it was originally called Lemonade. This system removed the guesswork and frustration. It also minimized the need to help for follow-up questions, which helped reduce support costs and improve the overall user experience, especially for users with lower tech literacy.
Hello everyone, my name is Valentina and I will be discussing the early testing and validation. AnswerDash is a company that evolved from university research project into a commercial startup and aimed at revolutionizing online customer support. Now, it did not begin as a business idea, but as a research initiative by professors. They tested this idea across 4 university environments: 1, the library system, a large academic department, an electronic data capture system, and a research database. As the results, users could access relevant answers with ease. Over 70% said they would use the tool again. Help requests dropped dramatically, and users no longer had to send emails or ask repeat questions. Now, in 2012, they founded a startup called Quazo Inc., named for its unique sound, but one that later posed branding challenges. They transitioned from academic research to building a commercial grade product focusing on scalability, security, UX design, and real-time deployment. They changed the name from Quazo to AnswerDash in 2014. Why? Well, following investor feedback that Quazo was hard to spell and remember, many people had trouble pronouncing it. The company was renamed AnswerDash, so it is a name that's more clearly conveyed. Now for the early interest and funding. Interestingly, their breakthrough came during a research presentation at Facebook. Engineers there immediately grasped the potential of the tool for improving help systems and user flow. This interaction was a turning point. It signaled commercial viability and helped attract funding. By the end of 2013, they raised $500,000 in seed funding and an additional $2.5 million in venture capital, totaling over $3 million. Now, this gave them the resources to build a team, polish the product, and begin to go to market efforts. As far as their early customers, they didn't come out of cold reach. They actually came from the founders' personal and professional networks. Their first paying customer was secured from a chance meeting on a flight that Wabrock sat next to the VP of marketing for Ben Bridge Jeweler and gave him like a sample of a demo. With that, the company saw AnswerDash and saw a 28.3% increase in online conversion. Other early clients included PetHub, which experienced a 67% drop in customer support tickets, and Red Awing, which saw a 31% increase in sales conversions and better insights into user behavior. These results demonstrated that AnswerDash created real measurable business value and performance. Now to go into the PetHub case a little more in depth. PetHub is an online pet protection service, and it deployed AnswerDash in under 30 minutes, added frequently asked questions based on common customer calls. As a result, the 67% reduction in customer support tickets, and it also saved the cost of hiring a full-time support agent. And for Red Awing, it's a global vacation rental platform, and they implemented AnswerDash across over 100,000 web pages, and it used built-in A/B testing to compare performance. As a result, they got 31% increase in sales conversion rate. Users spent 7.6 times on pages with AnswerDash. It also gained valuable user behavior insights to optimize content and layout. These examples highlight how AnswerDash helped companies cut costs and boost conversions by resolving the customer questions in real time. A few other success stories are from SaaS companies, tech startups, and platforms. They used AnswerDash within their software products to address user questions. As a result, over 50% reduction in live chat tickets. They enabled support teams to focus on complex, high-priority issues. They also helped increase customer satisfaction and product engagement. And for small and mid-sized businesses, they adopted AnswerDash to scale customer support without scaling staff. They also answered frequently asked questions directly on site, preventing user confusion and abandonment. As a result for this, they got minimized churn, improved onboarding experience, and optimized operations despite lean teams.
I'm Diana, and I'll be continuing with industry background. Zendesk and Desk.com were dominating the market, with Zendesk having over 51,000 customers.
By 2014, self-service wasn't a nice to have, it was a must-have. The industry was consolidating and the competition was fierce. Think about it. What sets a self-service solution in this crowded market apart? Moving on to competitive landscape. As AnswerDash made its mark, rivals like NanoRep and Elivio entered the fray with their native solution tools. They solved the same pain points, so AnswerDash refined its pitch and its UX, especially mobile. It wasn't about features anymore, it was about how well the product fit into each company's workflow. What usability features do you enjoy most in a software tool? The four pillars on which differentiation depended were ease of deployment, speed, ease of use, ease of experience, flexible pricing, and ongoing adaptability. When mobile internet overtook desktop, mobile-friendly design was no longer a luxury but a requirement. Moving on to sales and marketing early strategy, AnswerDash plunged into the lean startup culture and tried things in a very experimental way. The product got better by learning from users, but at the expense of just as much. Each demo was tailored, which extended outreach time and sucked the life out of the team. It created waves of interest by title volumes, but made scale not possible. How do you reconcile customization with speed and trying to close more quickly in B2B? Continuing on to the pricing and business model, AnswerDash introduced usage-based pricing with real usage-based charging, mapping customer value to firm revenue. Usage-based pricing is not straightforward though. You need to educate consumers in ROI and combat decision-maker opposition to variable costs. What would make you feel more comfortable with usage pricing? More transparent reporting, ROI guarantees, or tiered discounting? Continuing on with challenges faced, AnswerDash was faced with the usual startup dilemma of high-value, thin lead pipeline and long sales cycles. Even if the demo was loved by prospects, it would take months to close. Let's keep this in context. What strategies can reduce time to close for B2B transactions without sacrificing personalization? The average sales cycle is 4 to 6 months. Reliance on warm leads limited scale, and only 35% of free trials converted to paid accounts. Continuing on to the next slide of their loss of their first customer. Losing a client after dazzling outcomes is difficult, but it's very typical. It wasn't a product failure, it was a misalignment in strategy. Ask yourself, how do vendors better align with a customer's changing brand or changes in leadership within the company? Ben Bridge Jeweler was AnswerDash's first paying customer and saw a 28% increase in sales conversion during its A/B test. Although it was profitable, the company allowed it to expire as the company went through a leadership transition and redirected its focus on high-touch customer care. It was executed on strategic brand rather than product performance basis, illustrating the susceptibility of client retention.
So as we can see, AnswerDash has many success stories that we can look back at. But that doesn't necessarily mean that AnswerDash is at its full capacity of scaling. Let's begin with the 3 strategic paths that my team and I prepared for AnswerDash that could effectively help them scale. Option 1. That focuses on reducing the acquisition costs by enabling a single stakeholder, like a support manager, to adopt the product without needing the cross-functional approval. This increases speed and also reduces friction at the same time. Option 2 aims higher, targeting enterprise clients and a more complex needs. This means investing a dedicated sales team, onboarding processes, and customizing the value proposition for longevity and upsell potential. Option 3 is going vertical, focusing on industries like SaaS to reduce support tickets or e-commerce to drive conversions. Tailoring features and messaging to each vertical can lead to stronger market penetration and faster wins, quote-unquote closings. When evaluating these options, there's different things to consider, such as the ability to take customers from the demo to onboarding quickly, as this shortens the sales cycle. Remember, an average, the sales cycle for AnswerDash was 4 to 6 months. Second, customer lifetime value and upsell potential are critical for sustainable growth. Third, we need to consider integration, how well AnswerDash fits into the client's current systems, and doing some research in order to figure out what adaptations they need to do in order to be able to integrate with most clients' systems. Fourth, the market opportunity size, how big is the need for context-aware support in these segments, and finally, how these decisions are made within these organizations. Understanding the internal processes helps us with the sales approach and understanding what the decision base is as far as being able to integrate in this. But remember, with growth always comes risk. The competition never stops watching and rushing to duplicate whatever it is that you're doing. And that's when the pressure starts to really grow in order for your brand to build brand equity, which can sometimes lead to some shortcuts if not executed strategically. AnswerDash risks being outpaced by better funded and more fast moving competitors. So for them to stay focused on differentiation and execution is a key to finding a competitive advantage and being able to stay ahead of the game. And here are a few hard-learned startup lessons that AnswerDash can testify to. And basically, that is that superior products don't always win. It's all about the proper execution plan, the timing, and the discipline internally and externally. And in B2B, success often depends on your ability to connect with your customer, but also non-technical stakeholders as well, as they hold the decision most of the time. So to end, what do we really take away from all this? And that is that innovation must be implemented with focus and tied to real customer needs. It's all about understanding the customer needs. Again, understanding the customer needs. Scaling requires strategic clarity, and that really is aligning your values to your goals and also being able to guide yourself in a productive way throughout the process. And also, winning is always about adapting and being open to change, as the market is always changing. So staying ahead of your competitor is knowing your competitor as well. Thank you for your time. Have a great one.